What's up, guys? So here's my tragic hero presentation. I call it Careful What You Wish For. Before we begin, let me provide some context. My tragic hero is Timmy Turner. He lives a harsh life in the small town of Dimmsdale. Well, harsh if you ignore the fact that he has his fairy godparents Cosmo and Wanda. His two fairies have the ability to fulfill any wish Timmy wants. Any wish! Knowing that, let's begin.
Timmy is an average kid that no one understands.
Pause! Was he really an average kid? Well, in Season 8, Episode 2, Timmy has made his 1 millionth wish. This proves him as a dignified character because he's the only person ever to wish that many wishes. And for this accomplishment, he's even summoned to the fairy world, where they throw a grand parade for him. This sounds just like a little bit above average to me. Just like most high-ranking characters, Timmy has many good and bad characteristics. Some positive ones are many times Timmy's capable of getting out of tricky situations by being witty and crafty, and he's also willing to sacrifice himself for those he cares about, showing his courageousness. But on the other hand, he has many negative characteristics, such as he's just a genuine jerk to a lot of people around him. He's also only 10 years old, and it appears he has ADHD, which makes his decision-making skills rash and impulsive. This is clearly shown in the theme song when Timmy wishes for
juice, rubber goose, green rose, guava juice, giant steak, birthday cake, large rice, chocolate shake.
which are all wishes that a child would normally make, but he could instead be wishing for things that could save the world, make it a better place globally, such as the end to world hunger. He's also shown to be a manipulator, which is shown when he makes Cosmo erase his mind so he can get away with a secret wish, something that hasn't occurred in over 20 years. Timmy's tragic flaw of being inconsiderate stems from him being so young, yet having so much power. He constantly makes decisions without thinking about how they may affect others. Timmy's big error in judgment is making a secret wish, making everyone in Dimmsdale stop aging. He made this wish 50 years ago, which means Timmy is 60 years old. He really is giving Ash Ketchum from Pokemon a run for his money on who can stay a child the longest. This mistake causes for Timmy to lose his trial in Fairy Court, which occurred because a lot of Timmy's wishes did more bad than they did good. His inconsideration of the effects of a secret wish causes for him to get into huge trouble with the Fairy Council. Before his fall in grace, Timmy finally has a moment of recognition when he begs for forgiveness from Cosmo and Wanda. But all they can do is just flow in awe of what Timmy has done. This ties into the catharsis found in Timmy's tragic fall, when all of Timmy's wishes are undone by the Fairy Council. This includes the birth of his fairy godbrother, Poof, who is also the son of Cosmo and Wanda. We, as an audience, can't help but feel bad for Timmy for losing his brother. I feel relieved because I could never imagine the feeling of losing my own sister. Timmy's fall from grace ends as this. Cosmo and Wanda forget who Timmy Turner is and return back to the fairy world. Timmy forgets that he ever had any fairies in the first place and now has to return to Dimmsdale without the only things that made his miserable life great, his fairies. And although the show does have continuity problems, so like in the next episode, Timmy's back with his fairies, doing these dumb adventures all over again, like this never even happened. How I see it is like this. Timmy has still fallen from grace of being praised by the fairy world and Jorgen von Strangle. He has lost the trust of the Fairy Council and is no longer in grace. Instead, he's now back at home, being the average kid that no one understands. Mom and Dad and Vicky always giving him commands. In the end, we can all learn a great lesson from Timmy, that one's inconsiderate actions can have a massive side effects on others, which is clearly shown with the fate of Poof. Timmy's character shows the importance of power being in the right hands and used properly and responsibly.